Is we good or is we good?
Even with technical difficulties, baby. We live, baby. You know what I'm saying? Even with them, we don't matter. We gonna find a way to be live. You know what I'm saying? That's what Houston's about. We find a way to get.
We good. Live, is we live?
We live, baby. You know what I'm saying? We gonna roll through the technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? We gonna roll through them.
And many of them today, man. Many of them, bro. What's up on this game, man? I'm gonna call this game affectionately the punt derby. The punt derby, because there was so many punts in this game, boy. It was getting on my nerves. I was getting bored with it, but I was getting so anxious because all we really needed was 2 touchdowns to win this game.
The whole time. But I mean, at the same time, I think Millsbury did his thing. I think he did what he needed to do. He showed up and did his job, which is great.
Yeah. Nothing more, nothing less, because he didn't overachieve by no means. But he didn't underachieve either by letting us out of here with this dub. I ain't gonna lie to you too. I didn't know how to feel after they scored that last touchdown within the last 2 minutes, and it looked like we could have been about to lose. When we ended up, and when it was 13-13, when it was 12-13, they had an opportunity to decide we're gonna go for 2, and they could have effectively won the game that way.
Defense.
Maybe
not on that number one defense, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that would have happened. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was a gritty game though, but I feel like that's kind of what it was going against, like having Millsbury in, bro. Like I said, I think that what he did was nice. Another highlight for me is gonna be Woody Marks once again. I don't know if they got him rolling in the starting rotation.
Yeah, he was running hard.
If they got him running the starting rotation or not, but he looks good. Besides that one block he missed, I don't know if it was the second or third quarter. I think it might have been third. He missed a block when we were going for it on 4th down, right there on like the 2. And I know we did a passing play, but I think it looked great. Besides that protection, Woody Marks missed the block and Millsbury just went down. There was nothing he could do, bro. But homie came through the line fast as crap, bro. So
Millsbury don't got no real pocket presence, bro. If he sees somebody coming, he done. Except for that play that he made at the end of the Jaguars game, or at the end of that game last week. Who did we play last week? That was the Jags. Oh, it was the Jags. Yeah, except for that play that he made at the end of that game, which won us the game. Davis Mills don't be getting. He ain't finna get out the pocket and make something happen. Now the numbers here for Woody Marks don't show that impressive a game, but when you see him with your own eyes, he do look like several of his runs made a difference. He went 18 carries for 44 yards. So those numbers not impressive, but if you was watching the game, you understood that some of those runs were a bit better and were needed.
Those numbers don't do him justice.
Kudos to your boy Woody.
Justice. That's that thing. I want you to ask your homie, if you got 15 times to rush in the NFL, are you gonna get 50 yards? That's a good question. I'm just saying.
I saw that question. I saw that question going around the internet a week or 2 ago, and this right here is a pro NFL running back
44.
that had 18 carries and was under 50. Look, the one thing don't change here. One thing don't change, and that's the defense. The defense gonna do what they got to do to keep these scores low, especially if you can sustain the drive and you can keep them off the field.
Yes, bro.
You know, the defense gonna do what they gonna do, and so as an offense, we're not asking for a whole lot. All we need for you to do is score enough points for us to beat them if we can keep them under 20.
Like I was gonna say, bro, the recipe is here. Davis Mills, he got rushing. Two rushes for 14 yards. There's a recipe, right? Nick Chubb, you cool. You got your 3 for 17. That's fine. But Woody Marks got to get his carries. All right, 18 for 44. We don't got Joe Mixon, so if he was here, that number would be a little bit higher. Davis Mills.
What's the news on Joe Mixon, bro?
I don't know. I knew it was going to be a bigger deal than they made it seem at the beginning of the season, but I'll be honest, bro. He's in the same spot as Christian Kirk. I saw Christian Kirk on the field today, but he's still missing. Because I don't even see him on the stat lines. You know what I'm saying? Where he at? He way down here. One catch for 6 yards. Man, stop it. Stop it. Anyways, Nico Collins went with 9 attempts for 92 yards. This is the recipe here. Are y'all listening? Do you need this notepad?
Nico,
take your notes.
Nico gonna be Nico.
With the notes, bro. What I'm saying is, for us to win, even with CJ Stroud in the game, those numbers got to be high, right? The pass attempts and completions, of course. But there's got to be a couple quarterback runs in there. For some reason, we just keep them on their toes that way. You got to be coming out the backfield and getting the ball. I want to say Woody Marks, he had 1 reception for 7 yards. Woody Marks had one reception. He had a yard more than Christian Kirk. I need to let this man make it. But you know what I'm saying? Hutchinson went, three pass attempts with 42 yards. Dalton Schultz, 6 of 51. You know what I'm saying? Higgins, 4 with 55. Those are all great numbers, bro.
Dalton Schultz. Higgins is getting better, and I'm not sure that he's just getting better, but he's becoming more effective as time goes by. But Dalton Schultz been pretty consistent. And you remember what I said about Davis, and you remember what I said about Millsbury. The one thing about Millsbury is that he is an accurate passer. He has a competent level of accuracy to him. And what I feel I saw in this game here, Cam Ward, the number 1 overall pick, is not that accurate.
He's dynamic.
And
he's dynamic.
I remember he's a dynamic player. But at the beginning of the season, there was a lot of talk about how his receivers are always dropping passes and stuff. But when I watched this game, honestly, when I was watching the last time we played, I got the sense that he's not putting an accurate ball on these guys for them to catch. And I think he got a lot of improvement to make, before we can start looking at him as the number 1 guy he's supposed to be. I mean, it's the same story with Caleb Williamson. So it's like these guys are going number 1, and every guy that goes number 1 ain't ready to just be thrown into the fire right away. Cam Ward has not been accurate on a lot of these passes. It looked like he only passed for, he was still under 200 yards this game. 24 for 37.
Yeah, Cam Ward.
He ain't throwing no picks, 94.
Though. Let me see if he has some receiving yards and rushing yards. Nah, but 3 for 33. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, man. 3 for 33. Hey, not everybody's Coleridge, dog. I know I'm biased, but not everybody's Coleridge, baby. You know what I'm saying? And as much as I don't like talking about this, man, we had Deshaun too when he came out. He came out straight out, bro, just firing, dog. Yeah,
accurate.
Yeah, but
from the start.
I don't know. I just don't think that it happens for everybody, bro. It's not for everybody, dog. We got other rookies like that too.
Yeah,
McCarthy. You got who else? Michael Penix. I don't know. You got all these guys in here. You can't put them all in the same bucket. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Cam Ward's in that tier yet. And that's why I'll say too. Before we was talking about it before we the game played, and I'm like, hey, bro, this is gonna be a rough one. Millsbury in. What'd you say? Nah, dog. I think we got it. Bro. I think we got it.
Yeah. Because the Titans are bad. They got one win on the season, and we played them twice. They wasn't finna get one against us.
But it was a different team, though. I did notice that. It was a different team. They played different. It wasn't. Yeah, it was still a one-win team. James Winston over there starting.
You know
side
what I mean?
Note. You saw? Yeah,
he playing today. Yeah. Hey, what needs to be talked about is that we got a short week. The Texans play again on Thursday, and we play the Buffalo Bills. Hopefully, we can have CJ back for that game. There's no news yet, but I think they expect to have CJ back for that game. Yeah. We got a tough stretch of games because we'll play that Thursday. We'll play the Buffalo Bills, who are a tough team.
And we hope.
They got Josh Allen and those guys.
Back. I don't think we talked about that. Usually we hit Fairbairn once a segment, bro, but he wasn't here today. And what's his name? Matthew Wright?
Matthew
Wright caught the dub.
Some guy. He did what we needed him to do. He did what we needed him to do with Fairbairn out. My boy Kaimi. But anyways, the job is done. We got the Buffalo Bills this Thursday, and then we got a tough matchup against the Colts. We get to finally see the Colts. Vontae gonna be up for that game. I'm probably trying to link up with him because one of us gonna have some noise to talk. And then after that, week 14, we got Kansas City. So we got a tough stretch of games. Our defense is on point, but we're gonna have to see if the offense can get a snowball roll going on from these last couple of dubs that we've been able to take. So,
you know what?
Come on, H-Time. It's time to stand up. We in the hunt too. So we need to win these games to make sure we can go to the playoffs, and we could effectively keep one of these teams out of the playoffs by getting the dubs that we need to win.
You know what it is? Let's go, H-Town.